but I've got the Spurs here against the Pacers. The Pacers currently up to about an 8.5 point favorite. This total has moved uh, quite. Oh, the total I had is wrong there, you guys. So already a screw up. Sorry about that. I'll call the total 238 right now. Could be 238.5, and there hasn't been much movement at all. Let's almost start the segment over here. Spurs at Pacers. Pacers minus 8.5, and the total 238.5. Okay, I think that's where we can kind of go here with this one. Let me rearrange things here for my NBA segment. All right. Like I said, not much movement here. It's not much movement here in this one, but definitely have seen a gradual move. Uh, the move itself that there has been maybe open 237.5 up to as high as 239. The reported steam did come in here on the over, and I'm not sure that I agree with it necessarily. I kind of want to look to go under in this one, but I also think the Pacers are now up to 8.5. They were as low as 6.5, so there is a move on the side for sure. I'm sorry about that. Again, I think I just had the wrong line typed in, and that's kind of got me off track here a little bit. Jamal says he likes the Spurs in this one. And thank you, Thomas. Like and smash. And not much else from you guys here. Maybe I'll give you a moment here because I've screwed up a little bit with the start of the uh, game preview here with these two teams. But for sure, for me, if I see this move coming in on the Pacers against, look, San Antonio, this has been pleasant so far. I think everything's positive news with the Spurs, if anything, right? We want to see a little bit more from the Pacers at this point. Bookmakers are certainly expecting the Pacers here, to we're already seeing it. Terrell says too many points. No, too many points. He says here. I don't know. I feel like this might be. Let's dial it back. We've already seen the Spurs. Maybe they were playing a little bit better team, but we've already seen them get beat up pretty good so far. You guys seem to be on the Spurs, man. Unanimous. It feels like we look. I'm looking for trying to figure out how I can get the consensus plays with you guys and trying to figure it out and do it in a timely fashion. I just know here I think we're in a disagreement mode, so it wouldn't matter. This move has to mean something to me here. Ferner says, "Yeah, maybe if I can get 10 points, I'm willing to do it. I'll take the Pacers here going against you guys here. It looks like maybe Ferner can side with me a little bit here if he's asking for 10. But this one has only gone up. There is the move. There is a move from as low as a 6.5 opener up to 8.5 now. I prefer the move actually, so I am going to lay it here with the Spurs. I'm sorry, with the Pacers. I'll lay it with the Pacers. There has to be something to this move from 6.5 to 8.5, despite what we've said right now about like the positive things that are going on. I would say with the Spurs right now, they've still ended up on the short end of some pretty of a couple of one-sided games. Oh no, the Pacers have some ability as well. Both teams are 3-3, not only straight up but against the spread. I will note that both these teams are combined 10-2 to the over so far this season. Maybe I'm saving it for like I said, reported steam has come in on the over. I'll say that I've struggled a little bit on these 240 games. I've got it, and this is one again where I'm not sure. I totally want to go premium under here, but I've gotten these wrong. They've been tending to go over, and these are the ones that I'm getting just wrong right now. So what you're supposed to do, I mean, this is what you do as a cat. I keep trying to find reasons and solutions. Good, good. Then I'm all about at this point. There's no doubt it's real. Uh, like I said after the last performance, are there going to be 3-point games out there to come? I think there is going to be with him, but obviously the potential is there for 40-point game. We just almost saw it. So there's no doubt in the combination of inside out play that he has and his ability to work together with a probable Hall of Famer. So um, I hope there's enough people that are kind of like I said. One thing about Wembanyama, and hopefully there are people that do think like this. But I saw one of the preeminent analysts that everyone thinks really is one of the best analysts on NBA on out of all NBA television, and he said that Wembanyama reminds him of Bol Bol. So that doesn't work for me. I don't think you're watching the same game I am, Mister. Uh, uh, multi-time NBA champion play. Former great center. Uh, do you know what you're looking at? Because I feel like I'm looking at a long-time NBA All-League performer that could be a world champion. And I'm not sure. I mean, maybe I haven't been around quite as long or seen enough. I mean, I watched you play, and you needed some help. You needed some help. Um, you did some things that no human could do. But anyways, yeah, Vassell groin injury, doubtful for this one. Jalen Smith is active here for the Pacers. I'm going to take the Pacers in this one. Thank you, Terrell, for a great comment. The Dallas Mavericks are going to take on the Orlando Magic in NBA action here for Monday. We're an hour in. We previewed 2 games. Here's Orlando uh, here in this one. They're up to, it looks like, a 2-point favorite right now. And maybe one and a, maybe back down to 1.5, and the total hanging out around 224. So that's maybe where I got the 224 on the last one, huh? Well, I'm going to probably go with the home team Magic here in this one. It looks like they're for real to a certain extent, right? For the Magic, they are 5-1 against the spread so far this season, and I've touted this Magic team as a good defensive team, underrated. Um, Defensively, it's tough with a young team because there can be some stretches where not only are they not playing well defensively, but they start to fall apart and lose in games a little bit. But look, when you got a guy, like Wagner in there pounding around a little bit. Fultz, he's a game time decision here. It looks like. Let me check that injuries because he's certainly someone who plays very aggressively good defensively. I think he's got a knee injury right now, so he's questionable. Wendell Carter, he's out. Gary, he's out as well. Gary Harris for Dallas. Kleber doubtful, and Morris is active for the game. I'm going to take Orlando in this one. Maybe the move is to the under here. Oh, looks like the steam machine's gone down. I thought we were going to have a great show, but might just have to roll with what we've got. I wrote it all down at least before we started, so we'll have enough here. I'm taking the Magic in this one. I got to lay an extra. Let me mark down 2 here. I got to lay an extra point in this one. You guys might have some comments here. Jamal, Mavericks here. Jamal says right here, or Terrell says Magic. Uh, uh, Back-to-back games, of course. The Mavs last night. That game got a little bit out of hand uh, defensively, didn't it, with the Hornets and the Mavericks going well over. Thomas is on Dallas, but Nathan's on the Magic. And yeah, that's what Inferno talking about. It. Mavs, they were down. big time. We haven't even talked about. Do we get a chance? Let me make sure on the schedule here. Do we even get a chance to talk? I talked about all the things that happened last night and that crazy hockey game. We didn't even talk about the fact that the Portland Trailblazers scored 2 points in last 8 minutes and 10 seconds of their game last night in a complete turnaround against a team that was 0-6. How does that happen? All right, magic for me. Oh, the Wizards going to take on the Sixers in Philly tonight. And I'm showing the Sixers 11 and a half, 228 and a half in this one. A big number here, biggest spread of the night with the Sixers. Big favorite at home in this one. There definitely has been some steam reported on this one. Actually, come in on Washington, but like I said, I have it on the screen there as 12. So we've already even seen maybe even down to 11 at a few spots. Could we say? Look, some move kind of just rolled in here within the last 15 minutes or so back on the under. That's where the major reported steam was earlier earlier. I saw this one open go as low as 227 and as high as 229 and a half. The action appears to be a little bit mixed in this one. I don't trust the Sixers to get any numbers here in a division game against a Washington team here right now. That at least they're covering spreads. They might be 1-4, but they're 3-2 against the spread. Now the Sixers have covered every game thus far, but how much is too much? They even covered the game they were an underdog in. They are 5-0 so far against the spread. So good on the Sixers for everything that's going on. Feels like the move should be correct here a little bit on Washington. Do you guys have anything with the Wizards and the Sixers? Thomas says he likes the Sixers to lay the big points in this one. I just tend to, when I've got teams that both are. Nathan, I can't be putting that on the screen here, can I? Anyways, I was just trying. I thought you had a take on the game and not a take of the. All right, here in this one. Hey, however you need to pregame for Ramon, I'm okay with it. In this one, I'm just going to take Washington plus these points. The thing. Oh, Nathan says, don't do it. Don't take Washington here. Oh no. Oh man. Jamal's going to be on the Sixers in this one. No, I mean there are some players I trust here. And look, there's some the Wizards do have some injury concerns. Chad says the Sixers he'll take is that the prop Sixers are winning at the end of every quarter, or is that like a statement? Um, there. Anyways, I know there are a little bit of injury concerns. Let me at least check them out here for Washington. Yeah, they've got Gafford questionable, Avija questionable, Kispert questionable for the Wizards, and of course Batum's been out now for a little bit with personal reasons for Philly, but hasn't mattered right now. It's been all Philly thus far. Credit Philly, but I just like a team that is also covering. When I got two teams covering and I'm getting double digits, I might have a tendency right there to favor taking the points. That's kind of the way I think I'll look at this one. Now, these two teams have combined to go 7-3 to the over so far this season. And I'm not sure. I'm not even sure. I'm not saving the total for a premium at this point. I'm just not sure. Warriors at Pistons NBA action. This one's for Monday. Showing the Warriors here up to 6. I'm showing the Warriors on the move here, maybe a little bit right now, at maybe to 6.5, maybe even to 7 at this point. I usually like these kind of road teams. Really, even you also look at Pistons on the back-to-back. They played the day game yesterday against Phoenix. We whipped on that one as Pistons didn't look too good actually in that game. This one now, yeah, I've seen this one. I've seen as low as 5.5, but I also have now seen a few books that was earlier, if you will, a little bit of market manipulation, maybe, but definitely been moving here towards the Warriors. I'm not sure if it's a move that I trust just yet. I mean, you look at what so far the Warriors, typical Warriors, right? 5-2, but 3-4 against the spread so far, and get into these situations. We know it's back to back for both teams. The Warriors played on the road yesterday, so it's going to be more difficult, I would think, for them having played in Cleveland. Pistons were at home, and look, we were on yesterday. Um, let's see, what did we give out on the? We gave out the under, right? We gave out the under. That was a winner. Oh, I played the Cavs in pocket. Yeah, boy, should have get it right, Ramon. I mean, geez, we all you guys told me, Warriors. I'm not even sure I want to fade them here. The Pistons right now are just 2-5, 3-4 against the spread. Right now, I do think this line's going to go higher. I could even put it at 6.5 and not be wrong that it could go to 7. Pistons. Chad says, Ramon, check those injuries. Let us know what's going on. You know what's going on. You just said right there. So, Jaden Ivey, questionable. Alex Burks, doubtful. And that's all I really can think of. Or at least, I mean, I'm seeing on my injury report. So, let me check some others. Maybe I'm missing. Am I missing anything else? Um, I'm not. I'm talking about the guys. Let me see. I know there are guys. Some okay. Well, those two are key certainly there because then you'll have to go with. Let's see what the lineup's going to say here. Thomas says he still likes Detroit. I'm going under. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going under. So I don't know if we need to get too far into it, but look, I mean, you got to figure. Uh, Killian Hayes, I don't know if I like it for him. I don't know if I like it for Stewart. Duran, you know, he should have a big game. Cunningham will be okay as well. It's not not terrible for the Pistons, I would think. Cunningham over. I've got him neutral in this one. My favorite player is probably Dre. I know you might not like his props, but probably Dre. And I think, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm on Duran. Duran is one of my favorite plays, I would say, here in this one, Chad. And but I'll take the under as my play. And wow, Ferner, do I have the total that far off right now? I'm sorry if I do. Or were you pointing to another game? Thank you very much. Let me at least analyze that then at this point. Okay, or let me grade it. Yeah, you're right. If I'm going to take under, let's get it right here. There's definitely been a move. This one opened as high as 229.5. I think is the highest that I saw. So let's go ahead and take the under as my play. I mean, I like the under very very much, and I think that I just probably missed the boat on this one. It may be too low for a real uh, serious bet. I could only go under. I really can only go under. I think it looks like the sharps are on the under. I don't know if the steam is widely reported, but a lot of moves, no doubt. Here are the Lakers on the road at the Heat tonight in this one. And for me, look, I mean, I already was saying in the previous Lakers road game, I was going against them here already. I don't know. This one might be okay might be an okay matchup for them here. Let's take a look. We got the Heat favored currently. Man, it's almost a toss up here. Heat -1 and the total 222.5. Wow, this one's actually going to be pretty tough for me here. Let's see what you guys like. Let's go to the chat. Thomas is going to start us off by saying the Lakers here in this one. I got two teams that don't cover the spread so far. I know that. So who wins, who loses, I don't know. At least uh, Lakers come in 3-3. The Heat with a 2-4 record, but these teams are both 1-5 against the spread thus far. Thomas says, "How about the injury report in this one? Maybe that'll give us some clues to what to do." So, for the Lakers, I'm showing Hayes is questionable. They're already missing, a couple of players this week on the trip, and Gabe Vincent and Rui Hachimura. For the Heat, uh, they're Martin has been out for about a week now, and Vanderbilt's been out for nearly 2 weeks here. So uh, this one might be a little bit tougher. I mean, it's definitely trying to find spots maybe to play against the Lakers here. I don't know if they're that popular on the road, though. I think people are on to them a little bit. But uh, Butler, what's Butler's status? Do you guys have anything? Do you think is that what you're talking about, Thomas? I don't know. Is he a game time decision? Because um, I would think the line might indicate that he might be okay here in this one. Again, I try to speculate ahead of what the current report is. And Darren says he leans to the under. Jamal's going over here. And Darren is going under, talking about both teams. 1-5 against the spread. Is that what it is? Is that what I said? I mean, not where you'd expect. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is with these. Okay, Thomas says he thinks Butler is not in this game. Okay. Well, I'm showing. Yeah, I'm showing that it may be a game time decision. Um, but I feel like that the game time decision is going to be in. So, all right, I'm going to be on the Lakers here. Um, this one's close. I mean, I make it a point to make a pick on every game, and someone accused me on the show yesterday of throwing darts. There's if you can accuse me of throwing a dart, it might be this game. I don't feel great about it. I'm glad you guys had a few picks in there. All right. The Clippers are at the Knicks, and the Clippers are road favorite here. Uh, Favorite here probably by 1 point now, it looks like. Maybe we've had a slight move here to the Knicks. I'm showing the Clippers 1, and the total appears to be going down here now. I'm showing as low as 223.5 right now, as this one appears to keep going lower and lower as we speak. And maybe a slight move here to the Knickerbockers in this one. And for me, I don't know. My first instinct was to be on the Knicks in this one, and uh, total that move has me a little bit concerned, but I don't know if I'm ready to jump on it just yet. Uh, Here's the problem. I mean, I was leaning under initially, and kind of still like the under. It's just maybe even this one's gone a little bit too low, but maybe I like the Knicks a little bit more. I mean, I like the Knicks in this game, I think, and I might just reserve this one, maybe even hit the premiums. Not sure yet, but don't. I'm thinking Knicks, but let's go ahead and go under as the play. At 223.5. And that I maybe I'm low. I think mostly it's 224 for the most part, but it just seems to be on the move. There's been a little bit of pushback. I saw it as low as 223, so definitely was as high as 227 here in this one, but I'm probably going to look to take the under with the Clippers and the Lakers in this one. The Knicks are 1-5 to the under so far this season. Clippers doing okay. I mean, they're 3-2, 3-2 against the spread. Knicks just with a couple of wins, but they have covered 3 of their 6 games so far. And I'll take under in this one. And Chad says he likes the Clippers. And I'm down to Chad so far. Am I down? Or our matchup has been you've been winning it, huh? All right. We could have a scoreboard or something on challenge games. I don't mind the challenges ever. I want the challenges from you guys, but I want it to be, you know, um, consensus when we're on too. So Terrell, okay, interesting here because right, because this is a lot of the timing things that I do here is you know, trying to determine right which side of the market to be on a particular day, right? Because we all know that uh, we don't see that 30-point win coming from somebody or what, right? So that's what we got to time right, right? Nothing makes me more mad. The bad beat doesn't make me as much mad as being 30 points wrong, where you feel like you got the handicap wrong. Right. But the other one is where you laid a touchdown and your team is going in with 30 seconds to go or whatever, 2 minutes to go or something, where they can get another touchdown and they're trying to bang it in and they're going to win by 2 touchdowns and the guy fumbles and the other team runs it back 99 yards. Did I have the handicap right, or there are a million plays like that? Anyways, Jamal will be with me being on the Knicks here, but I'll take the under here in this one with the Clippers and the Knicks. Look, you got some really good defensive players, I think, in this game that can, especially the Knicks. I think their front court defense pretty solid. You got Mitch Robb and Randall mixes it up pretty good, right? And maybe at Brunson against Westbrook. Don't slight Westbrook on his, he still bothers you, right? He still, especially in a game like this. And uh, hey, we're all about Grimes, right? I'm not talking about Elon Musk's baby mama. I'm talking about Quentin Grimes. He'll probably have a big night, and I would think Randall has a pretty strong night, even against Kawhi. What's wrong with Kawhi? I mean, I'm the guy talking about Kawhi, and Kawhi. I think it looks like to me Kawhi knows, hey, I'm gonna have to play more games this year, so I'm not gonna play as much defense early in the season. That's what it looks like to me. You know that Kawhi is my favorite, one of my favorite players, so I watch him incessantly. Not trying. He's not trying on defense. It looks like to me. Sure, he can make a play. He's making plays here and there, and then you'll hear him talking about him. But it looks like to me he's taking defensive plays off at this point because I think he knows he's got to play more games. The Milwaukee Bucks will take on the uh, new Brooklyn Nets. Almost want to call them the New Jersey Nets. Some people might not even know they were the New Jersey Nets. Couldn't have been 10 years ago now, right? Bucks here on the road, laying 5.5. I think. Let's take a look. Yeah, 5.5. 233.5. This one has been on the move higher all the way as far as the total is concerned. I show this one opening maybe as low as 229.5. So 4-point move, widely reported. Steam actually came in on the over. Uh, Let me look into my numbers here because um, I'm not sure why that is the case. It doesn't feel right to me. And again, look, when hopefully everything reverts to normal and whatever's going on, maybe my numbers are bad, maybe because I'm, by myself now, maybe whatever little things have gone wrong early on with my, mediocre totals record where usually I smash it. I'm sure I'll come around here in this one, but does feel like they've got the wrong move on the wrong move on the total for me. So I don't know. I'm on the side. I'm not so sure. I'm kind of like right there right now. I would think at Bucks minus 5.5. But all right, I probably have to wait. Well, I don't. I can't wait. I'm going to play it right now with you guys and tell you that I'm going to take the under at 230. Is it mostly 233.5? Let me make sure. I don't want to get too greedy here, but I think the move's wrong, and don't fade my guys the sharps all the time. I'm the steam chaser here, and I'm going to fade this move. I've got to go under with the Bucks and the Nets in this game. I do think it's going to be right now. I don't know if I have a side here, and we need. Should we have it, Chad, like a scoreboard, like on the screen and stuff? Like we could have a segment, but we'd have to find the game that we disagree, or we could just wait for it, and you could say that's the Chad. If you could just do the scoreboard, I'll take your word for it, but I don't want to do the work like usual. I wouldn't worry about it, Terrell. Right? Oh, you think it isn't for real, huh? All right. Well, I mean, we knew there were going to be sacrifices, but um, look, they're not covering. They're way overvalued. Here's the thing about this game, and not ready to go with the Nets yet. Not even sure I can get on them in a premium. They're on the list for target plays as a premium because you have the Bucks here, 3-2. They've done fine. Darren says take the Nets. Of course, you know why? The Nets are 3-3. They're 5-1 against the spread. They're at home. They're getting a number here. The Bucks 1-4 against the spread. I mean, it just seems obvious that you'd want to take the home dog here. Jamal's on the Bucks, though. So was Thomas. Whoops. Back here. Yeah, and maybe we'll see, Chad. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to say that I'm waiting too, or whatever. I'm not playing it yet. I can't play it. I'll play the total, and I'm going to go against this move here. These are the scoreboard we need also. Fading the move here for sure. Um, Maybe the scoreboard's out there and it's called my plays. No doubt. I mean, I'm on some of these moves with them, right? Look, Warriors Pistons 5-point move to the under. I'm on that under. Here, Bucks Nets 4-point move to the over, but I'm on the under here. All right. Sacramento and Houston here. And this one has seen some movement today. I did see some widely reported steam actually come in on the Sacramento Kings that have moved this game closer to a pick 'em, if I'm not mistaken. Oh my God! All I got to do is cut and paste on this one, you guys. The once 2-point. It wasn't a mistake. I'm pretty sure about that. The once 2-point favorite Rockets has become 2-point underdog, and the Kings are favored by 2 now, and the total is down to 217.5. This total on the move lower, no doubt about it, but it hasn't been uh, overly impressive steam necessarily on the under with these two clubs. Uh, Question marks for the Kings. Not question marks. Fox still out of the lineup currently with that ankle injury. And Houston, uh, uh, Thompson, one of the brothers, is out with an ankle injury. And of course, Oladipo continues to be out. So I don't know. I might not mind the move here on Sacramento. Houston's look pretty bad. This totals move to the over doesn't look too solid just yet either. Sacramento here. Yeah, Fox still out. Ferner called the line flip. Line flip. Need a theme song. Let's see here. What do you got, Chad? A lean to the Kings for Darren. Ferner's on the Kings. Kings are 3-2 against the number so far. Rockets 2-3 to the number. Kings with a 2-3 straight up record, and all of a sudden we're feeling like, every year, right? The Kings supposed to be improved or whatever. I understand. You need this man in the lineup. I mean, this guy is a key dude. This is why, you know, everything's baked in a line, so you got to kind of read beyond, right? I think that's overused too, right? Not everything's baked in a line. You're supposed to determine whether or not that injury report is actually over baked or under baked or perfectly baked, I guess, as are some of our chat members may be right now, apparently. For me, I don't know. I mean, I might want to trust this move. I got to give out a free play in a game that I don't know. This line looks pretty good on, but definitely got to like the matchup for Fred tonight, for Houston, for Van Vliet. Maybe the only one I really like in the game uh, in prop land. But I don't know. I trust the move. I'll ride with the Kings here in this one as my free play. They just gotta win, right? And Houston has plenty of issues beyond uh, you know, for whatever reason they've just been. They have a couple of wins, so I guess I shouldn't be down on them too much. Atlanta Hawks, Oklahoma City Thunder, NBA action here for Monday night. In this one with the Hawks and the Thunder current line. Let's see, on the screen here, I have 3.5, but it looks like there's been a move here. Call it 2.5 now for the Hawks, and the total is up to 238. These lines are probably 3 or 4 hours old. Got it pretty early with all this college basketball. Want to be ready. Make sure I have my printout here and my numbers for our new segment coming up. Stump the Ramon or Ramon on the fly, Ramon's picks. Going to come up with a name for the segment: college pick, rapid fire, college basketball picks. That'd be what Tony would call it. He gives it the most obvious name, so makes a perfectly crisp, clean cut to what it is to the viewer. That usually works. You can't have some morning steam like morning steam. Okay, we get it now. I'm here. We got 40 or 50 of us. Okay, let's get it. Hawks here favored -2.5, and the total currently sitting. I actually just moving right now to Bovada to 3 here, so back to back up to 3. I've seen as low as 1 and as high as 3 for this matchup, but mostly 3. It was rarely ever 1. But there was some reports of a 1 out there. But say it's mostly 2.5 or 3 right now. It's mostly been 3. It did touch 3.5. It should be noted. All right. For Atlanta, they've got Buffkin is out with a thumb injury. Oklahoma City SGA still out here with that knee injury. So that one is a little bit keyed, no doubt. Atlanta here 4-2 straight up, 3-3 to the number so far. The Thunder 3-3, but 4-2 to the number so far, and they're getting the points at home. Can we still ride with some of the themes? That we were rolling with. No, the Thunder, they were kind of the road doggish team to a certain extent, but you still kind of like situations when you get a team at home getting points. I still want to trust the Thunder to a certain extent. Maybe this is a better role for them here, right? I'm trying to think of. I should have that available actually. What the numbers were last. We know they were good. We know they were one of the best teams making us money, and I don't know. The matchup looks good too for me. So. Will it go to if it's going up to 3? I don't know if it gets to 3.5, but man, Giddy, you got to figure Giddy, Dort, Williams against those guys. I gotta think this is a pretty good. No, I don't necessarily trust Holmgren, maybe like everybody does so far, especially going up against Capella. I don't know. You guys, the numbers have been pretty solid from Holmgren. I know there's people making. I know they're kind of teasing about him over there on that show, but I don't know. He's producing so far. Uh, you know, whether it's positive or not. So, I mean, the numbers are there. Defensively, I'm not. The jury's still out. I mean, I don't even think it's a. He's not the worst. We got to see more. I mean, we were only a couple games in. I can't even watch them all. But just was thinking about Holmgren. It's not a great matchup, but for him against Capella, no doubt about it. But I would, like I said, Giddy, Dort, Williams, they should be fine here. I'm probably going to take the Thunder as my play. And we'll see, Derry. We'll see. I'm starting to think now that now this total's on the move. These are the ones I'm scared right now. That why are we seeing such a discrepancy? I mean, I understand it. If anybody, it feels like I should be able to understand this, um, right? Because we've seen some bizarre, like low scores and high scores. Look, I get it. I mean, I don't get it, but I mean, all right. I'm sure it'll settle down, and I'll figure it out exactly. And all right, I'm going. Maybe it's a Chad challenge. Oh, the Chad challenge. The Chad challenge. Uh huh. Jamal, right, Jamal. Here's the thing, right? The injury report is important to know that because if you don't understand the line, now nobody's getting over on anybody, right? To say like, oh, good thing I checked the. Well, to a certain extent, you can, right? But people might see an injury report like, oh, how can the Bucks be an underdog? Giannis is going to kill those guys. Well, Giannis isn't in there, but I mean, usually those are obvious. I guess I'm trying to make the right equation to, like, the baked in the cake argument and what you have to do to determine when the injury, because the injury report's out there, even with the. And maybe Jamal, you're talking about the NBA in general. I guess I might be on the wrong topic of you what you're saying because of all those late switches. But I again, and I feel like I'm the only one out here saying this on these shows, is that I believe that the rules in place are going to be better. Look, there's still going to be everyone's going to make fun when the guy's sitting out the last minute. I've read those rules, and I do believe that we will know more. It may not seem like it, and call me out if I'm wrong in the weeks and months to come. But because of this little tournament thingy and the rules to get your star players to sit out the game, you got to file like some paperwork like a week in advance. Doesn't mean that if the guy sprains his ankle the night before, he's gonna miss the game. But the rest, right? The rest, they could go making up injuries or whatever, but it's hard to do that because you have accountability with trainers and you know the way things are handled in the league. And all right, anyways, I'm taking the Thunder. You guys a home dog here with those. Like I said, I just think the matchup's going to end up being a little bit too strong given the current situation for me with Oklahoma City at home with very good players. I think Giddy, great matchup for him. I don't know what you think, but against DeJounte, give me Giddy. Uh, Dort, you know, I prefer Dort and also uh, Jalen Williams in that game. So those are my guys. Almost done with 13 games in the NBA today. I don't think we'll get to college football previews. Wait till college basketball dies down one day and tomorrow. Get to a few college games. There's some awesome games in the morning slate. I mean, I think you guys might have already seen that, but you're going to have the big Michigan Penn State game, and I already saw Alabama and Kentucky on the move this morning. Right. That's what I'm saying, Chad. Kawhi, I mean, I watch him more than anybody. He's playing more and he's, pacing himself, basically, it looks like to me. No problem. That might be the right thing to do, especially, defense, it takes a lot of effort. And they're not going to, like I said, when Kawhi's out there, you can make all the fun of him, but still, even if as he continues to age, to me, still looks like an elite player. Celtics at Timberwolves tonight. This schedule ends rather abruptly for all these games. I mean, is it time for that NBA wraparound show where I get to see all the games on rapid fire? I have the Celtics here favored by 4, and this total has dipped here to 223.5. Definitely seen a move to the under here with the Celtics and the Timberwolves. At least a 2-point move to the under, and this might be another one. Let me take a look, but I'm not sure where they're coming from on this one. Actually, my overnight suggestion. Well, I'm going to dial it back, maybe just a little bit. Reported steam did come in on the under, widely reported steam. So I don't know. Maybe this one will continue to go lower here. You got uh, Minnesota's played 5 under or 1-4 to the under so far, but Boston 4-1 to the over. The thing about Boston, I mean, despite including their 5-0 record, 3-1-1 against the spread, so they're living up to expectations. They are getting the win, and for the most part, getting the money. As far as Minnesota, okay so far, 3-2 against the spread, 3-2 straight up. Now you have here. Let's see on the injury front. I'm gonna try to keep you more abreast. That's what I'll do. I mean, that's seems like the big issue. Nothing I can do, right? We don't can't. Lassie loves here. Everybody, here come your plays. System play. And wow, these awesome basketball moves are coming in. Oh, excited about that. Get ready, guys. College basketball coming up. All right. Oh man, this one has me torn a little bit here. Look, the sharps are definitely on the under here. I kind of want to side with them for the most part. I was scared early on. Looking at last night's numbers. Uh, I was preferring maybe, but this move is just too solid. I mean, these are the moves that have been scoring even with the massive drops, and maybe that's why we've had a little bit of success with the show plays instead of the premiums. I just feel like like I'm doing a disservice if I'm handing out plays where the move, yeah, they are, but I don't know in this one, Brent. This is what I'm saying. I mean, you are they just handing out money here? Now I'm not saying because you're saying you're saying the Celtics and Berner's leading the over two now because of kind of what we're seeing here with Boston and this big. But there's no doubt this one was as high as 228, and now it is down to as low as 223. And these are the type of moves that have been scoring so far this season, according to my research. And I've been reluctant to pull the trigger because it's so hard for a market person like I claim to be to still tag along on these moves. I'm going to do it here. I'm going to go with the under. Uh, my figures last night, the the moves were already coming in on the under, and I was like, wait a second, this I'm worried about this. Now seeing it continue to pound, this is the type of move that's been hitting so far this season. So you did lost a ton of value. I get that. You guys want to respect the move. See, that's what I have to do. Might as I'm supposed to be here telling us when to respect the move. That's what I'm doing here in this one. This one is a total steam chaser for me, and I'm doing it going under. Look, Circa's moved this one. What is Circa at? Circa's already moved this one lower too. They're not afraid. Circa's not handing out money. What are they down to? Yeah, Bovada 224. Yeah, big move. Um, this one's gonna be more like on the fly because, again, last night I look at the game. Got to go to bed sometime. Said, you know what? I'll revisit this in the morning and see exactly what we're going to do in this one with Utah and Chicago. Could I rely on the chat? Possibly roll with the chat in this one a little bit. Why not? You guys are sharp. You guys are my sharps. Chicago, 4-point favorite, total 223. Maybe a slight move to the under here in this one. I haven't necessarily seen any widely reported steam. Let me take another survey here real quick. I'm showing now. Circa's moved to 222 on this one. You got to respect that. That's another respect the move special. It feels like for me. Let me just check out here. All right, man. Then I tell you what else. Do like Utah also here. Maybe it's starting to become a little better for me. Let me see. Utah so far 2-5, 3-4 to the number. Both teams 2-5. Obviously, Bulls 1-6 to the under thus far, and Jazz 3-4 to the or I'm sorry, uh, Bulls 1-6 to the number thus far. Jazz 3-4 to the number. So I like this when. Yeah, man. Okay, maybe the Jazz might be the spot. Help me out, you guys. This game, I'm gonna roll with you guys. Maybe. Right, further. Maybe that's what I didn't get, and that's why I did it. Jamal's on the Bulls here. Jazz money line. Oh, great. This isn't gonna go well. Hmm. All right. Look, it's been a disaster for the Bulls. I tried them one night. I tried them in their one cover, amazingly. How did I get there on that game, considering what's going on with the Bulls right now and this disaster, the way things are going? Lassie says, take the Jazz. You're getting points here with a team that's not covering any spreads. Take the under. I'm totally down with exactly what Lassie Love is saying, I think, in this one. I might even give out a double play just because Lassie got here. And, this was, like I said, wasn't really even sure there last night and wanted to see this move. But now that I do see tick to the under, like Circa, that they've gone down here. This move hasn't been necessarily solid. Oh, Thomas is saying now go opposite that. Oh, God, opposite his play. No, Thomas, you stick to your. These are NBA games, man. We are, we're flying a little bit here. Okay, I'll do it. I'm going double play here. A million games tonight. I think I can give out a daily double with the Jazz and the under. I'll take 3 points or whatever it is, 3.5. This gets me home right here. Brent Cook shares his numbers with us in the Discord. Thank you, Brent. And that'll be my predicted score probably right there. Or maybe it'll be close, but it'll be closer. But nonetheless, I like it in that range now. All right, here come the Pelicans and the Nuggets. Our final game of the NBA, and this one's gone up to Nuggets here -6, and the total down to 220.5, as low as 220.5 on some widely reported steam here. The Nuggets favored by 6.5. I'm going to call it 6, I think, right now with this total moving lower to 220.5, as many as 3 points lower, it looks like. Take a look at that move. Yeah, nothing special thus far, but definitely on the move here, as many as 3 points today. For me, I don't know. You look at what New Orleans has done so far coming in. I mean, they've covered. They're 4-2, 4-2 against the spread. The Nuggets often favored by too much. 6-1 spread record, or 6-1 straight up, 4-3 against the spread. These two teams have combined to go 4-9 to the under thus far, and That's where that move is. I'm still, it seems almost like, hey, why not trust the under? Look, New Orleans has a pretty strong defensive front court, I would say, right, with Valanciunas and Williamson and Jones. And we know C.J. McCollum is out. It's really an unfortunate injury here. I don't know if you guys are talking about in the chat yet. Yeah, look at that. McCollum on the uh, Pelicans, of course. I know Thomas. He's saying. I think he's saying take the Denver Nuggets because McCollum is not playing, and tough break for McCollum. Looks like a uncomfortable injury nonetheless with a uh, what does he have? A collapsed lung, a bruised lung, something with your lung, and that doesn't seem too good. So that could be a little bit of a spell here until he builds up that strength back. So it sounds like a bummer of an injury, actually. But still, New Orleans pretty decent, and I guess obviously so like when they say like the injury, right? So you have to determine what you think. I mean, look, I mean, you're gonna have Dyson Daniels in there, so that is a huge, huge, uh, you know, drop, obviously. But look, Daniels, if anything, um, I thought the numbers were pretty okay, right? Let me see, what were they? Last game, 22 minutes, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists against Detroit, 25 minutes, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. So, it's a determine what you think about, Dyson Dan. Now, going up against, but we won't even count this game. I mean, going up against Reggie Jackson, they're going to pick your pocket anyways, right? So I'm not worried necessarily. I mean, he probably not going to have. I don't think Dyson Dan is probably going to have too good a game tonight. But I don't know. Rest of I think Ingram's back. He's looking pretty awesome in this matchup. I would think. Look, Jokic is not in any defensive shape right now. It looks like to me, right? If anything, look, I would think this is a matchup for Valanciunas, and he could really show something here against Jokic. I think he can have. I think we might look at this game tonight and say, "Wow, Valanciunas outplayed Jokic in this game." Tonight. Right now, just it seems like the way they're pacing themselves a little bit. I'm worried about the McCollum situation. But look, even McCollum, I mean, be nagging Jackson and be getting nagged probably all night by him. Uh, McCollum getting nagged by Jackson. Anyways, but look, for Porter, I think it'll be rough. I think it'll be rough for Gordon. Now, I think I'm gonna feel like I want to take New Orleans here now. You guys, I think I'm talking myself into it, even without McCollum. Here, let me one more peek here at this one, and I think I'm gonna do it. It's close, man. Did you guys comment Nuggets for sure? Says, oh boy, okay, Nuggets. You guys are all Nuggets. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No wonder I'm, hit and miss at this point. All right. Is it going to be a Ramon challenge, or do I just want to take the under and avoid the uh, tomorrow when you guys come in here and make fun of me? I'm going to willing to do it. The last game, I'm like New Orleans still, and I'm going to say that tomorrow. Hopefully, I'm going to say that New Orleans front court did the job. Is hopefully what I'm going to be saying tomorrow. Not worry about this. Look, tough matchup. Um, It's not great. Well, Ingram will do fine, I'm sure, but it's probably not going to be very good for New Orleans against Denver. I mean, look, KCP. Good thing they have a good thing they only have KCP because Ingram doesn't care on defense, does he? All right.